Good morning, All Souls. November the 11th, Veterans Day or Armistice Day. What does it look like for us to be those that come alongside of those who've lost loved ones or those who have served and lost life, lost liberties, lost limbs, to come alongside and care for them? Interestingly enough, this guy here, Cornwallis, has really given me kind of an insight, I feel like, from the Lord when we're thinking about this. Why? Because everywhere I go, he wants to go. He literally wants to walk alongside me. And the way you say that in Greek is parakaleo, walk alongside or come alongside. And Jesus tells us that the Holy Spirit is the paraclete, the one who comes alongside. That's the whole point when he says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. Even though Jesus, the man in skin, is seated on the throne of heaven, he says, I'm going to give you my Spirit who's going to come alongside, who's going to be your comforter, your counselor, the one who, when you are overwhelmed with sorrow, with loss, with grief, is going to be the one who is with you there in that. And in Israelite history, we have pictures of what this looks like, don't we? In fact, in Genesis chapter 50, where Jacob, who's named Israel, so he's the father of the nation of Israel, when he dies, it says that Joseph, his son, and all of his children, they mourned for how many days again? Oh, that's right, 7. 7. And you know how you say 7 in Hebrew? Shiva or Shiva. Right? Like in our modern day, when our Jewish friends have a loss in their life and there's a funeral, and then it's called sitting Shiva. Their family and their friends come for 7 days where they sit with them and they talk and they share and they just come alongside and come up under to bear that burden of that loss. And we talked about this on Sunday, didn't we? That as the church, what it means to be the church is that we're family who's committed. And part of that commitment, what that looks like, is that we're willing to come up underneath the weight of one another's losses, of one another's struggles, of one another's lives. In every way, we're willing to come up underneath and carry each other to the feet of Jesus, to the foot of the cross. That there we find comfort, there we find peace, there we find hope, because in Jesus, even death has lost. In Jesus, even death has lost. And so today, on Veterans Day, Armistice Day, we can celebrate the hope that we have in Jesus, the hope of resurrection. But we can also think about those in our lives, family members, friends, who need us to come alongside of them. And for me, one of those people is our sweet sister Sylvia, as Sylvia has just lost her dear Fred. And it's been a week now. So what does it look like for us to be those who sit Shiva? And if you read the story in Genesis 50, you'll realize that it wasn't just 7 days. No, in fact, there was a mourning period of 40 days before they even got to the 7. And in many cultures, you don't celebrate, you wear black, you don't do holidays for an entire year. Why? Because that first year, things get harder, not easier. It's a year full of firsts, a first birthday, first Christmas, first Thanksgiving. And there's all these moments where you just want to turn and say, hey, Fred, and Fred's not there, right? Or dad's not there, or mom's not there, or sister's not there, whoever that is for you. And so one of the most important things that we do as a church community is we come alongside of one another. We help each other. We bear burdens that would otherwise crush us. And one of the biggest ones is when there's a loss of life. And so I want to encourage you, if you know Sylvia, reach out to her, love her, encourage her, be there, be a part of this. We can do this together. No one of us can do this alone, but we can do this together. But there are lots of Sylvias, aren't there? There are lots of people experiencing loss. Who are the ones in your circle? And where is God calling you to help bear that burden? Have you asked him today? I encourage you to do that, even as it applies to those in our lives who've given their lives for the sake of our country, for the sake of our world. And so for those of you who have served, thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Armistice Day. For those of you who are grieving a loss, know that our prayers are with you. And more importantly, know that God is with you. Ours is the God who weeps, but not without hope, who weeps knowing that resurrection is coming. May you know that hope today. Have a great day.